guys, welcome back to my channel. It's Anna Marie and I am here today to do the stay-at-home book tag. So this book tag was created by Madison from Princess and Paperback, and I'll link her channel and the video where she kind of explains the book tag and the questions down below. So I was really excited to do this book tag. I love book tag videos. I watch them all the time. And I think it just gives you guys a chance to see a little bit more about what I've read instead of me just like telling you all of the books I read. This is a cool way to show you guys what I've read before. So I'm gonna go through, and I have the prompts on my phone here. So the first prompt is laying in bed, which I'm sure we've all done a lot of lately. And this is a book that you could read in a day. So I have recently started a new series that I am loving, and that is the Wayward Children series. And I read Every Heart a Doorway. I did not read that one in a day, but you could read them in a day. So next I'm going to read Down Among the Sticks and Bones, and this series is by Shauna McGuire. And it is just incredible. It's very dark. If you don't know what it's about, which I should probably tell you what it's about. This is based on a school where children who have traveled through portals or through doors and they go into other worlds. This is for those children after they come back and they're kind of acclimating back into society and trying to figure things out. It's a lot darker than I thought it would be, but I love that. There are some characters that just have the funniest humor. Like, it's so dark and you're like, wow, this is a kid saying that. There are some books that you're following the kids at the school and like in the real world after they come back, but there are some books, which I think this might be, where you're following the kids in their world. So I'm really excited to get into this, and they're very, very short, which I thought I would not like, but I'm actually really liking it. Everything is very intentional. Everything that is in here the author has a purpose for, so I really enjoy that. And this could definitely be read in a day while laying in bed. I love this next prompt. It's called Snacking, and this book has to be a guilty pleasure read. I don't love the whole idea of guilty pleasure books. I understand why they're called that, but I think what we're trying to accomplish by saying guilty pleasure read is just something that we're reading purely for enjoyment. We're not reading it because the writing is incredibly well done, or we're not reading it because the plot is intricate and well woven. Like, we're not reading it because it is groundbreaking. We're reading it because we enjoy it. So, but I guess guilty pleasure read is just what we call it. So I will say that, and I don't have it with me, but I'll just put a picture up here. The Shatter Me series by Tahira Mafi is one of my favorite series for just pure enjoyment. I think I read the first 3 in the series like 3 times. So the writing is very poetic and lyrical. It's written in these very short, abrupt sentences that just kind of pull you in and make you want to keep reading. Some of the characters are very annoying. Juliet? No, not really. But yes, kind of. She is kind of annoying. But the one character that I'm always here for is Kenji. That is why I've continued the series. But that is a guilty pleasure read for me. The next prompt is Netflix, or a series that you've been wanting to start for a really long time. So I have a lot, obviously, but the first one that I really want to get to next is the First Law trilogy by Joe Abercrombie. I have not tried out grimdark fantasy, but when grimdark characteristics are in other books that I read, it doesn't bother me that much. Unless it's like overdone and over exaggerated, I guess. I think I would really enjoy a grimdark fantasy. So I want to get into The Blade Itself, or the First Law trilogy by Joe Abercrombie. And next we have deep cleaning, which is perfect. It's spring and we have the time to deep clean or read the books that we want to on our TBRs. And this prompt is a book or a series that you have had on your TBR forever and you just need to get off of your TBR and read. And that for me is An Ember in the Ashes by Sabaa Tahir. I've heard so many wonderful things about this series. Catherine Reeds did a whole video about it, and I am so motivated to read this book, and I don't know why I haven't done it yet. I have all the first 3 in the series, and I know she's coming out with the 4th one this year, so it just keeps staring at me saying read me, and I just don't listen to it. I don't know why, but I'm gonna do it next. When the owls are over, I am gonna read a ton of series that I want to, and maybe this one will be first. Alright, so the next prompt is actually kind of funny for me because it's Animal Crossing. So the prompt is a book that you've bought just for the hype of it, and it's funny because I don't have Animal Crossing or Nintendo. I I wish that I could play it because everybody is making it sound so fun, but I don't have Animal Crossing. So, a book that I bought purely off of the hype is definitely going to be The Lies of Locke Lamora by Scott Lynch. So many of my favorite booktubers have been praising this series for so long. And finally, I just decided that I wanted to jump on that hype train. I wanted to experience the awesomeness that was being expressed about this series. And I'm really glad that I did, because I read Lies of Locke Lamora last month, and this month for the Owls, I picked up Red Seas Under Red Skies, which is the second in the series. So the next prompt is called Productivity, and it's a book that you've learned from or one that had a significant impact on you. And I knew within like 2 seconds of reading the prompt which book I was going to choose for this, and that has to be Beartown by Frederick Bachman. I just recently read this. I think I read it in February, and I kind of explained a little bit about it in my February wrap-up. It is about this town that is obsessed with their local hockey team. Like, it's such a small town, and they're so isolated that all they have to focus on and obsess about is their hockey team. And the hockey team is about to go to a championship game, and the night before the game, a rape happens. And one thing I loved about this book is it gives you multiple perspectives, so you're not just looking at the victim's perspective or the racist. That's not funny. The rapist's perspective. You are seeing this experience from all different kinds of people in the town. And I think that is what made it so impactful. You are watching people as they try to figure out who they're loyal to, and are they going to take a side? What do they believe? And a lot of it questions morality and what you would do in that situation. So this is an amazing book, and I want to read so much more by Frederick Bachman. I've read A Man Called Uwe, but that's the only other one I've read. So this is definitely something that I learned from. So the next prompt is FaceTime, a book that you were given. So a lot of times for like birthdays or Christmas, I will just make a short list of some books that I wanted to get recently, and that's what I did for Christmas. And 2 books that were at the top of that list are the first and second in the series, and of course, none other than Skyward by Brandon Sanderson and Starsight by Brandon Sanderson. I want to read some sci-fi. I have actually started the Stormlight Archive by Brandon Sanderson recently, so I'm gonna wait to get into this because I want to finish that first. But I just think it would be so interesting to see how he writes a sci-fi. Prompt number 8 is self-care, and it's just asking you, what have you done recently to take care of yourself or to de-stress? And I've been so interested. I've been asking people this same question because we don't have this much time usually to just be around the house, and for some people it's really, really stressful to not have anything to do. I mean, I know it's stressful for me not to have a specific date when we're going to be able to leave the house and do fun things, so I know that it's stressful, and it's interesting to see how people are coping with that. So I know this is kind of weird, but one thing that I've been doing recently is writing down my dreams. Now, not everyone has extremely vivid dreams like I do. I have extremely vivid, and they make no sense sometimes, and they're weird, just crazy dreams every single night. So what I've been doing is writing down my dreams, even if they make no sense, and trying to figure out like what emotion I'm feeling in the dream and how that emotion can relate to something I'm feeling in real life. So let's say if in the dream, okay, I'll tell you this one. Last night I dreamed that I got a new apartment and there was a giant snake, like not just a really big snake, a giant snake in the sink drain, coming out of the sink drain. So I had to figure out a way to kill it. Obviously I was feeling a good bit of fear in that dream. So I just try to kind of connect the emotion from the dream to the emotion in real life. I read this article one time that says dreams, or the emotions that you feel in dreams, are just kind of trying to get your attention. It's your subconscious saying, hey, you're not dealing with this emotion, that's why you're dreaming about this. So I've just been like, it's kind of like journaling, but just specifically about dreams and the emotions that I'm feeling in dreams. It's different, but it's definitely something that's been kind of helping me be more self-aware. And I think that's something that we all could do during this time, just try to figure ourselves out because we have the time to. All right, and the last prompt is to just name a book that you are excited about because it's coming out soon. And I'm cheating because I have two, but that's okay. The first one is obviously Rhythm of War by Brandon Sanderson. I know so many people are excited about this. I just started the Stormlight Archive, so I feel like I'm so behind on this fan train, but I am hopping onto it, and I am excited about Rhythm of War coming out in November. And the second book that I'm really excited about, I've seen this a couple of times on BookTube and Twitter. I know a couple people have gotten ARCs, and that is The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue by Victoria Schwab, or V.E. Schwab. I'm not sure which one she uses for young adult. But the premise of this book sounds so interesting. It is about a girl who has made a deal with the devil so that she can be immortal. But the thing is, nobody remembers her. So everybody she meets forgets her when she leaves them. And one day she's just walking around and someone remembers her. A boy remembers her name. So that sounds really interesting, and I know Victoria Schwab is a very talented author, and I can't imagine how amazing this book is going to be. Alright guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this stay-at-home book tag. If you want to see more content, be sure to click subscribe and give the video a like. I'd really appreciate it. I am actually going to tag two people to do this book tag. I'm going to tag Yennis from Infinite Bookish and Caroline from Reads with Caroline. Those are two booktubers that I've gotten into lately. They have really, really great channels. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope everybody is staying safe and staying healthy, and I'll see you guys next time.